Acharya Sutta Sadasman Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananda Koti Osnamilni Ki Jai Namacharya Sridhar Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta Ki Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gaur Bhatnath Thakur Radha Kundi Bhajam Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Navadip Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Navaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. All glories to their Swami. All glories to their Swami. All glories to their Swami. Thank you very much.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, First Canto, 15th Chapter, Text number 46, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on December 24th, 1973, in Los Angeles.
Translation. They all had performed all the principles of religion, and as a result rightly decided that the lotus feet of the Lord Sri Krishna are the supreme goal of all. Therefore they meditated upon his feet without interruption.
Te sadhu krita sarvartha. Artha means interest. Everyone has some interest. The animal has got also interest. The man has got also interest. A big politician, he has also interest. Everyone has got interest. But nobody knows what is real interest. That is missing. Everyone has created his interest and is working on that field. Nati vidu sarthagatam hi Vishnu. Real interest is for the human being to know what is God, what is my relationship with Him, and how I shall achieve the highest perfection of life. That is real interest. Nati vidu sartha gating Vishnu. Sartha. Sartha or artha. Sartha means own interest. And artha means general interest. The general interest is for the human being dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Because human life is not dog's life, cat's life. So there must be dharma, religion. And religion means no God. That is first interest. This is first interest. Otherwise, how shall I distinguish my life with cats and dogs' life? They are also eating, sleeping, mating, and dying. And if I also, like the cats and dogs, eat, sleep, and have sex life and die, then what is the difference? The difference is religion. The dog society, cat society, there cannot be any religion. But in the human society, there is necessity of religion. Otherwise, it is cats and dogs society. They do not understand it. They are avoiding religion. Nowadays, the so-called advanced civilization, they are avoiding religion. That means they are coming to the platform of cats and dogs, and actually they have come. Especially in this age, Kali Yuga, yesterday we were discussing about the Kali Yuga, the most fallen age, people are most degraded. So there is, by calculation, that 75% irreligion and 25% religion in comparison to other ages. But this 25% religious life also will reduce. Before explaining this verse, I shall give you reference to some of the symptoms of this age. This is also explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, 3rd chapter. What is that? Give me that book. We have not yet published, as I am reading reference. Anannato Rajabhischa Chang Jasyan Lipiri. It is described in the 2nd chapter of 12th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. Tatascha anudinang dharma satyam saucham chamadaya kalena bulina rajan nakhati ayur balam smriti. This description of the Kali Yuga is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is called Shastra. This Srimad Bhagavatam was written 5,000 years ago, when the Kali Yuga was to begin. Now, what will happen in future, everything is given there. Shastra means, that is, therefore we accept Shastra. Trikalagga. The Shastrakar or the compiler of the Shastra must be a liberated person, so that he can describe past, present and future. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, you will find so many things which was told to be happening in future. Just like in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is mention of Lord Buddha's appearance. Similarly, there is mention of Lord Kalki's appearance. There is mention of Lord Chaitanya's appearance. Although it was written 5,000 years ago. Trikalagga. They know what is past, present and future. So about the Kali Yuga, discussing, Sukadeva Goswami is describing the chief symptoms of this age. The first symptom, he says, tatascha anudinam, with the progress of this age, Kali Yuga, dharma, religious principle, satyam, truthfulness, saucham, cleanliness, kshama, forgiveness, daya, mercifulness, ayu, duration of life, balam, bodily strength, smriti, memory. Just count how many. Dharma, satyam, saucham, kshama, daya. Ayu, balam, smriti. 8. These things will gradually reduce to nil, almost nil. Now, as I told you, the Kali Yuga, there are other yugas, just like Satya Yuga. The duration of Satya Yuga was 1800,000 of years. And the human being was living in that age for 100,000 of years. 100,000 of years. The next age, the duration of that age, 1,200,000 of years, and the people used to live for 1,000 years. Not 1,000, 10,000 years. 10 times reduced. The next stage, the Aparaju, again 10 times reduced. Still they used to live for 1,000 years. And the duration of the age was 800,000 of years. Now the next stage, this Kali Yuga, the limit is 100 years. We can live at most up to 100 years. We are not living 100 years. But still, the limit is 100 years. So let's see, now from 100 years, in India, the average age is about 35 years. In your country, they say 70 years. So it is reducing. And it will so reduce that if a man lives for 20 to 30 years, he will be considered grand old man in this age. So Ayu, duration of life, will reduce. Memory, smriti, that will also reduce. We see nowadays people are not very of short memory. They forget. Daily work they forget. Doing something daily, still he is forgetting. The loss of memory. Similarly, Ayu, bodily strength, everyone can understand. Your forefathers, your father or grandfather, as their bodily strength, you are not so. I am not so. So bodily strength will reduce. Memory will reduce. Duration of life will reduce. Then dharma, there is no question. It is almost reduced. Nobody is interested in religion. The churches, temples are being closed, locked up. This is a church. Where we are sitting, this was a church. And it was sold. Because nobody was coming. Similarly, we are purchasing in Australia a very big church. They are selling. In London I have seen many hundreds of churches. Nobody is going there. Not only churches, in India also. Except a few important temples, ordinary small temples, they are being closed. They have become habitation of the dogs. So, dharma, religiosity is reducing. And truthfulness. And kshama, forgiveness. That is also reduced. We are very sorry that one thing has happened. He was excused, but again he was shot dead. You see. No forgiveness, vengeance. Formally, if somebody has done something wrong, the other party, just like Arjuna, you see, even in the battlefield, you are so much tortured by the other party. Still you are, Krishna, let them go. I don't want to kill them. Forgiveness. So, even for small interest, they will kill. This is going on. So, sattang, sauchang, kshama, daya, mercifulness. Even if you see in your front somebody is being killed, you will not take interest. No mercifulness. It is happening already. So, sattang, sauchang, kshama, daya, ayu, duration of life, bodily strength and memory. These 8 kinds of things will reduce. When you will see these symptoms, you will find now the age of Kali is making his progress very nicely. This is progress. Then another symptom is vittameva kalo ninang janmachara gunodaya. Formally, according to spiritual understanding, one man's position was calculated. Just like Brahmana. Brahmana was honored because he knew Brahma. He was aware of the Supreme Spirit. So now, in Kali Yuga, actually, there is no Brahmana. That will be also described how a Brahmana is. The Janma Achara, a birthright was there. But according to the behavior, if a man is born in a Brahmin family or Kshatriya family, he must behave like that. That was the king's duty, to see that this man is not falsely representing himself. Just like in England, there is Lord family. So, to maintain their aristocracy, the family had to deposit some money with the government so that they may not deteriorate in their aristocratic behavior. Still it is like that. But now things are finished. So aristocracy and respectability, these things were according to culture, according to education. But nowadays, what is that? Vittameva kalonina. If you get money somehow or other, then everything. You may be a 3rd class, 4th class, 10th class man. But if you get money somehow or other, then you are very respected. There is no question of your culture or aristocracy or education or knowledge. There is nothing. This is Kali Yuga. And then, dharmanaya avasthaya karanam balameva. And if you have got some influence, strength, then in your favor everything will be decided. You are the most irreligious person, but if you can bribe the priestly order, he will certify, yes, you are religious. So, money, not actual qualification. So, if you discuss these things, the long affairs, shortly, and then again it says, Dampatya abhirichihi hetu naiva mayaiva vyavaharike. Dampatya, husband and wife relation, will depend on abhiruchi. Abhiruchi means liking. A girl likes a boy, and a boy likes that. That's all right. Now let the marriage take place. They do not see what will be the future of this girl and the boy. Never. Therefore, everyone is unhappy. 6 months after marriage, divorce. Because the marriage took place simply on superficial liking, no deep understanding. So things are taking place like that. Formerly, marriage, at least in India, at least up to our time, the marriage was taking place not on the liking of the boy and the girl, no. It was decided by the parents. Just like I was also married man. I was married when I was a student. And I did not know what will be this. But the parents arrange. What to speak of me, I'll give you another very brilliant example that you have perhaps heard the name of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. He was the first president of India. He has written his biography. He was married at the age of 8 years. Normally in India the marriage was taking place like that. I know my father-in-law was married when he was 11 years and my mother-in-law was 7 years. You see? So actually the point is that the marriage was taken by the calculation of past, present and future with astronomy, astrological calculation, whether this couple will be happy in their life. In this way marriage was taking place. Not that a grown-up girl, grown-up boy mixes together and he likes, she likes, then again he left or he's... This kind of marriage was not, thanks sir. But in this Kali Yuga, it is said that Dampatya Abhiruchi. That's all, Abhiruchi. Boys or girls are intermingling freely, and if she likes, that's all right. But no future calculation. This is Kali Yuga. No future calculation. Whether in future marriage is sanctified life, the man and the woman live peacefully, make spiritual culture. Each one will help the other so that they will live very happily and become advancement in spiritual life and then go back. So that is the system. But nowadays, in Kali Yuga, it will be simply liking. Liking means next moment disliking. That is a fact. You see, liking has no value. As soon as you, based on liking, then you expect next moment disliking. That's all. And strikte pumste chahi roti vipratte sutramevai. You know, the Brahmin, they are offered sacred thread. So, people will consider, now I have got sacred thread, I have become Brahmin. I may act like a Chandal, it doesn't matter. That is going on. We introduced this Brahminical culture, but things are deteriorating. I am very sorry that taking Brahminical initiation, he is acting as a Chandal. Angry Chandal. You see? So, this is Kali Yuga. He does not understand that as Brahmin, he has got sole responsibility. But because he has got the 2 cent worth sacred thread, he thinks now he has become Brahmin. Viprate. And sitte punstachya hi rati me bhi. And husband and wife, they will remain together because it was liking. And as soon as there will be sex difficulty, they will dislike. Immediately. Lingameva asramakhyata. Lingameva. A dress, simply. Taking white dress, he grihastha. He may do like anything. He is grihastha. No. There are so many duties. Taking a saffron cloth, he is sannyas. These are the, if we explain it, it will take one, but these are the symptoms. Abritya nayadudballam pandite chapalabvachaha. If you have no money, then you will never get justice in the court. This is Kali Yuga. Nowadays, the High Court judges, they are also taking bribes to give you a favorable judgment. You can purchase judgment. So if you have no money, then don't go to court to push good money after bad money. No. Abritya nayadadvam panditye chapalang. If a man can talk expertly, it doesn't matter what he talks. Nobody requires to understand it. Then he is Pandit. He is learned scholar. Hapar Pulaslena, Bhagavad, Dogvendi Kulali, gondolized by the lacticism of wine. Like if you go on speaking, nobody will understand. Nobody will understand, and people, see how learned he is. Actually, it is happening. There are so many rascals, they are writing books, and such and such, what you have understood? It is inexplicable. Inexplicable. It is going on. Anadhvaya vasadhutte sadhutte dhammayevatu shikarameva udvahe snanameva prasadhanam. Anadhvaya, if you are poor man, then you are dishonest. People will understand that this man is actually not honest because he does not know how to earn money by hook and crook. Shikaramaya udvaya. Marriage will take place by agreement. And that is very much experience in your country, in our country also. Now government has appointed marriage magistrate. So any boy and girl likes, simply go to him. Maybe there is some fee. Yes, he agreed to marry and certifies they are married. No. Not like that, formally as the father and mother used to select and see the future. Shikaram eva chadvaya. Shikaram means agreement. Snanam eva prasadhanam. Snanam eva prasadhanam. Cosmetic. Simply, if one can take little shower bath, then everything is finished. Actually, snana means sandha. You have to take bath nicely. Then you have to put tilak and chandan. Then perform your Gayatri mantra. This is called snan. Trisanda snan. Not that simply taking some other bath and finish. No. But Kali Yuga, this will be snanam eva. And then, Jure Vajjanam Tirtham Lavannam Kesadharanam. Just see how future tells. At the present moment, Kali Yuga, a man will think himself he has become very beautiful by keeping long hairs. You have got very good experience in your country. Long hairs. Just see how future. Who knew that there are people who will be interested for keeping long hairs? But that is stated in the Bhagavatam. Kesadharanam. Kesa means hair. And dharanam means keeping. Dure vajjanam tirtham. And pilgrimage, it must be far away. Just like in Calcutta, there is Ganges. So nobody cares for Calcutta Ganges. But they will go to Haridwar. The same Ganges. The Ganges is coming from Haridwar down to the Bay of Bengal. But people will like to go to Haridwar, taking so much hardship to take bath there, because that becomes tirtha. Every religion, they have got tirtha. The Muslim, they have got mosque, what is that? Makkah, Medina. The Christians, they have got, where? Jerusalem. Similarly, the Hindus, they must travel very long. That will be tirtha. But actually Tirtha means Tirthi Kurbanti Tirthani. Where there is saintly person, that is Tirtha. Not to go 10,000 miles and simply take a dip in the water and come back. Thank you very much.
Jai Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Then Udharam Bharata Swartah Satyatve Darshyam Evahi Daksham Kutumba Bharanam Yasho Arthe Dharma Sevanam. Udharam Bharata, the interest. I was speaking of interest. Now in Kali Yuga, the interest will be if you can eat someday very sumptuously, then your all interest is fulfilled. That's all. Means people will be so hungry, so nothing to eat. Therefore, if they can eat someday very sumptuously, that will be the fulfillment of all interest. And Satyatva Darshtayam Evahi. And one who will simply play jugglery of words, he will be considered as very truthful. Another, Dakshyam Kutumba Bharanam. One shall be considered very expert if he can maintain his family, wife and children. That means this will be difficult. It has already become difficult. To maintain a wife and a few children, that is also a great burden. Therefore, nobody wants to marry. Evam Prajabi Dushtabir Akirne Kshiti Mandale. In this way, when all the people will be infected by the poison of Kali Yuga, Brahma with Shatra Shudranam Yo Bali Bhavita Nirpaha. So it doesn't matter whether he is a Brahmana or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or Shudra or Chandala. One who is powerful in getting votes, he will occupy the presidential post or the royal post. Just see, formerly the system was that not the Brahmana, Vaishya or Shudra can occupy the royal throne, only the Kshatriyas. Now in the Kali Yuga, there is no such thing. Who is Kshatriya, who is Brahmana? Anyone hook and crook, you get your votes, democracy and occupy. And whatever you may be rascal number 1, but you will be posted on the supreme exalted presidential post. Then, Prajahi Lubdhai Rajanayir Nirgnair Dasyu Dharma Bihi Achinna Dara Dravina Yasyanti Giri Kananam. Now these classes of men who goes to the government post by votes, mostly their qualification is Lubdhai Rajanya, greedy government men. Nirgrenair Dasyudhar, their business is plundering. Their business is plundering you. We actually see that they are, every year they are exacting heavy tax, and whatever money is received, they divide amongst themselves. And the citizens' condition remains the same. In every government we can see like that. Praja dasyu dharma bhi. In this way, gradually all people will be so much harassed. Achinna dara dravina. That they will like to give up their family life. Achinna. Dara. Dara means wife. And dravina means money. Achinna dara dravina yasyanti giri kananam. They will go in the forest. Then these symptoms are also there. So in this way, there are so many symptoms. It will take long time to describe. This is Kali Yuga. But there is remedy. There is a remedy. Kalir dosho nidhe rajan. The faults of this age, just like ocean. Just like in the ocean, you cannot, Pacific Ocean, if you are put into the Pacific Ocean, you do not know how your life will be saved. It is very difficult. Even if you are a very expert swimmer, so it is not possible that you can cross the Pacific Ocean. That is not possible. Similarly, the Kali Yuga, as it is stated in the Bhagavatam, they are infected with so many anomalies that there is no way out. But there is one medicine only. Kirtanad eva krishnasya mukta sangaha param vrajet. That is also described, that if you chant Hare Krishna mantra, Kirtanad eva krishnasya, especially the name Krishnasya Mukta Sangaha, you will be relieved from the infection of this Kali Yuga. The 5 Pandavas, they sadhu, they have been described as sadhu, very honest, saintly. Sadhu krita sarvartaha. They have executed all their duties. Human being has got duty. There are so many duties. Deva Rishi Bhutapta Nirnam Pitranam. Deva Rishi. We have got duties. We are Rani. Rani means indebted. Whom we are indebted? As soon as you take your birth on this planet, you are indebted to so many persons. What are they? Now, first Deva. Deva means the demigods or God. Actually God. God has got so many assistant demigods. So you are indebted. Just like you are getting the sunshine, just like we are getting this electricity, now the bill will be presented. If you don't pay the next day, your electricity will be cut off. So, by nature's or God's arrangement, there is sunshine. Therefore, you have to perform yajna. If you don't perform yajna, then there will be no sunshine. Therefore, in the Western countries, there is very difficulty to get sunshine. This is the natural sequence. So, we are indebted to the sun god. We are indebted to Indra, who is supplying water. Just like you have got electricity department, water department, this department, so many departments. Similarly, so big kingdom of God is going on. There are also different departments, but rascals, they do not know why I am getting. Just like a child does not know how this electricity is coming. He thinks it is coming automatically. Why automatically? It is coming automatically. You have to pay for it. There is powerhouse, there is connection, so many things, but he does not know. Similarly, all the rascals, they will say, oh, sunshine is by nature automatically. Moonshine automatically. This is automatically. What do you mean by automatically? What thing happens automatically unless there is arrangement? And because there is so nice, good arrangement, it is to be understood there is good government. And as soon as you accept this, you must have to accept the necessity of God, without which arrangement cannot be done. So we are debted to God. So just like if you don't pay taxes to the government does not become poor, but your supply will be stopped. You will suffer. Similarly, if you don't accept there is a supreme government, the supreme governor, the governor is quite sufficient. God is completely munificent or rich. He will not suffer, but you will suffer. Therefore it is said, Te sadhu krita sarvartha. Just like if you remain cleansed, paying all your taxes, then you are a very honest citizen. Similarly, if you become obedient to God and His government, then you are a sadhu. Otherwise, you are dishonest. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Sadhureva samantavyah apichetsu duracharo bhajate ma mananya bhak. One who is very much obedient to the laws of God, he is a sadhu. Not that by changing dress one becomes sadhu. So, te sadhu krita sarvartha. They have executed all duties. Krita sarvartha. Gyatva atyantikam atmanah. We are hankering for happiness. We are hankering after happiness. Temporary, but we do not know what is ultimate happiness. So they knew what is the ultimate happiness. Atyantikam. Sukham atyantikam yattat atindriya grayaham. Bhagavad Gita. Atyantikam. The ultimate happiness is not perceived by these gross material senses. The ultimate happiness is appreciated, understood by transcendental senses. The same senses means how the senses are covered by material infection. So when you purify this material infection, then your senses become pure. And in that pure senses, you can enjoy real happiness. Therefore, here it is said, Atyantikam atmanaha manasa dharayam asuhu. So they knew what is Atyantikam. Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha charanambujam. Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means Vigata Kuntha. Kuntha means anxiety. And God's another name is Vaikuntha. If you take shelter of the lotus feet of God, Krishna, then you become without anxieties. This is the only. Everyone is full of anxiety. Even a bird, even a beast, even a small ant. What to speak of our position? The material world is such. We must be full of anxieties. That is explained also. Asat grahat. Because we have accepted something flickering as shelter. If you accept something which is not permanent, which is tilting, in a boat, suppose, which is tilting, at any moment you will be drowned. So you cannot be free from anxiety. But if you accept a strong, very big ship, you are assured that I will not be drowned. Similarly, we are accepting this shelter, that shelter, that shelter, that shelter, avoiding the shelter of God. Therefore, we are full of anxiety. If you want to become free from anxiety, then here is the prescription. Vaikuntha Charanambujam. Take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. Thank you very much. So Srila Prabhupada's, we were discussing on the verse 1.15.46. So Srila Prabhupada in the beginning of the lecture spoke about what is real interest. Yes. Vasupru. Haldar Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण। प्रभुपाद कह रहे थे 3 चीज़ें, व्हाट इज़ गॉड, भगवान कौन है, मेरा भगवान के साथ संबंध क्या है, और जीवन का परम लक्ष्य हम कैसे प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। ये सही में स्वार्थ है, लोगों को यही नहीं पता। न ते विदु स्वार्थ गति में विष्णु, तो सही स्वार्थ ये है, प्रभुपाद कह रहे थे।
हरि बोल। धर्म को निखारना का परिणाम क्या है? धर्म को निखारना का परिणाम क्या है? What is the result of avoiding religion? Yes, Mataji.
The question is, what is the result of avoiding?
Of religion. What is happening as a result of this?
We are living a life as good as dogs and cats.
Yes. Hari Bol. What is the qualification of the one who compiles Shastra? Yes, Mrityunjay Prabhu, right?
He is Trikalagya, knowing past, present and future.
Yes, the one he's Trikalagya. You'd like to elaborate a little more as to what Prabhupada said? How? Can you give some examples? तो आप कुछ उदाहरण दे सकते हो इसके बारे में? प्रभुपाद जी बोले कि भागवत में इतने सारे भविष्यवाणी किया गया है, you know?
About Buddha, he spoke about.
हाँ, बुद्धा के बारे में, कल्कि के बारे में, श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु के आविर्भाव के बारे में, ये सब शास्त्र में कहा गया है। हरि बोल। तो उसके बाद प्रभुपाद जी ने 8 गुणों को कोट करके इसका बहुत ही विस्तार रूप से इसका वर्णन किया है पूरे प्रवचन में। तो कोई इन 8 गुणों के बारे में कोई उसके बारे में बता सकता है? जस्ट मेंशन द क्वालिटीज, दैट्स इट। द 8 क्वालिटीज which are reducing as Kali Yuga is progressing. Yes, Viraj Prabhu. All 8.
धर्म, शौचम, सत्यम, क्षमा, दया, आयु, बलम, स्मृति। So these will reduce to nil, Prabhupada said.
हरि बोल। फिर प्रभुपाद जी उसके बाद फिर उस हर गुण के बारे में प्रभुपाद जी ने बहुत विस्तार से वर्णन किया था, पर जस्ट फ्यू थिंग्स। तो प्रभुपाद जी बोले कि नोबडी इज इंटरेस्टेड इन रिलीजन, तो कैसे, हाउ डू वी कम टू नो दैट नो वन इज इंटरेस्टेड इन रिलीजन? तो प्रभुपाद जी ने उसके बारे में कुछ लक्षण बताए कि क्या क्या हो रहा है इस कलयुग में, जिसे हमको पता चलता है कि नो वन इज इंटरेस्टेड। यस, नादिया परम प्रभु।
Hare Krishna. Prabhupada was mentioning that the churches and temples are empty, and where we are sitting today is that was a church we have purchased, and in Australia we are going to purchase very big church. So that's the symptom that people are not interested in temple or churches.
यस। और फिर उन्होंने ये भी बताया कि भारत में बड़े 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 मंदिर तो है, पर जो छोटे छोटे मंदिर है वो बंद पड़ गेटिंग क्लोज्ड, एंड वो कुत्तों का निवास स्थान बन गया है वो। इट इज बिकम अ हैबिटेशन ऑफ द डॉग्स। सो दिस इज द करंट स्टेट इन कलयुग ऑफ द टेम्पल्स। यस, तो हरि बोल। ओके, लास्ट क्वेश्चन, अभी समय नहीं है हमारे पास। तो प्रभुपाद जी बोल रहे थे कि पति और पत्नी के बीच में जो संबंध है वो किसके ऊपर आधारित होगा? यस।
अभिरुचि ही, अभिरुचि मीन्स लाइकिंग।
हरि बोल। जय प्रभुपादा, जय प्रभुपादा, प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा। प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
दोन मिनिटांमध्ये